everyone, welcome back to another Jazz Drum Q-Tip of the week. My name, of course, is Quincy Davis. If you are new, I thank you so much for joining me, stopping by and checking out my channel, and I hope that you enjoy this lesson so much, I know you will, that you leave a comment, say hello to me, press the like button, and really, I need you to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 50K. I've been doing these lessons for over 10 years. It would be a pretty cool milestone, so hook me up. All right, so before I jump into the lesson, I want to encourage you to check out my digital download store, which has googobs and googobs of helpful e-handouts, all kinds of exercises, play-alongs, all kinds of things that I've created just for you and me. So please check that out when you have a chance. Links are down below. Also, I got some apparel and gear coming out that's going to have my brand logo on it. So stay tuned for that. All right, so getting into this lesson, I'm going to break down something that I make all my drum students do that is so crucial to their development, and I think it's going to be crucial to your development. Even if you've done it to some level or degree, you haven't done it like this. All right, so if you guys are ready to get into this lesson, then you need to let me know by saying what? By saying what? By saying what? Let's go! I feel like Tarzan. All right, if you haven't figured it out yet, in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to play bebop melodies on the drums, okay? Orchestrating them, playing them on the snare drum, even singing them. That's the first step. And I'm going to go through this whole thing with you and also be able to play time in a couple different ways that is going to make playing bebop heads, playing time behind them, much, much hipper than probably what you're used to. Ba-doo-be-oo-lee-loo hap, bo-be-doo, boo-dee-boo-doo-boo-doo-be-dee-boo-ha, ah, bo-bo-ba-dee-boo-be-bo-bo, boo-doo-ba-dee, bo-be-boo-ba-dee-boo-doo-loo-hop. Can you do that? Can you do that? If you can't do that, I want you to practice it. Get your bebop syllables together because it will affect how you actually play at the kit. Believe me, believe me, believe me, and trust me. And all my students know I'm a stickler on being able to sing melodies, whether you're scatting, using syllables, whether it's more of a lyrical thing. It's very important that we drummers are comfortable and not all shy singing melodies. Then the next part is easy, right? Actually putting it on the kit. But if you can't sing it, then you can't play it. Remember that. Not too fast. A 1, 2, 1. Do it with me now. Come on, guys. Don't make me feel like I'm in this alone. Please. 1, 2, a 1, 2. Not too fast. 1, 2. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Right? Right? So that's the melody correctly, with a couple little embellishments, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later on. First of all, you got to get the feel right? Once you know the melody, you got to get the feel right. And bebop language specifically, it's the foundation of all modern day improvisation on the drums and on all instruments. The eighth notes are straight, laid back, and legato, right? And it's the syncopation, right, and the different phrasings and the hemiolas that are created from the melody that create the rhythmic intrigue. Shout out to my students. Jose, I just met yesterday. We had a great lesson. We did this. And then my student, young student, and watch out for her, Lauren Lee in Vancouver. She's coming. She's coming. We did this as well. So anyway, this is what we are going to be focusing on is the feel. So listen to that eighth note. It's not, and it's not, right? It's not, it's in between. And then I'm kind of adding accents, natural accents, as they occur. Also, you might want to dabble with different sticking. So you could go, so, right? So right, left, all alternating, right, left, left, left. You could do that. But to create more of a natural jazz feel and to give it a little more swagger and more of a lilt, play with this sticking. Right, left, left, right. So right, left, da, do, da. And it creates a natural jazz feel that you can kind of play with. And that's not the only sticking, but that's just one example that you kind of want to stay away from just playing all left, right, alternating singles, okay? So now what I want you to do is at the ends of the phrases, I want you to think about adding some kind of rudiment at the start of the phrases and at the ends of the phrases. So a simple rudiments that you can add obviously are, and the main ones that you would add to add embellishments would be drags and flams. Drags and flams. So the first measure, 1, 2, 3, right? Or if I want to add that flam, you hear that now? So now we got the grace notes or the drag at the beginning. We have some different stickings that I played with, and then we ended with a flam. 1, 2, 3. You hear it? And it creates more of a rhythmic intrigue. It makes them so much more interesting, okay? And I also have to kind of hearken this feel back to New Orleans because this is the same eighth note feel that you hear in second line. All right? It's not straight. It's not straight. It's not swung completely. It's in between. I guess, therefore, it qualifies as being swung, but it's not swung in the way that many people think of swinging. I always say when you do that, it kind of sounds hokey. It makes it sound hokey. So we definitely don't want our eighth notes to sound hokey. All right, so that's how you can add very simply embellishments. Play with the sticking. Play with adding rudiments, right? Drags, specifically drags and flams. Okay, so I'm going to play through the whole melody with that in mind. 1, 2, those three things. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so just doing that, and I'm not even orchestrating, I'm not doing anything else, but all of a sudden it sounds so much more fun and it has more personality. Okay, so now we're going to keep in that mindset. We're going to orchestrate and run the kit, okay? Now, don't get preoccupied with the embellishments. On a bebop melody, there's so many notes, as you can see, that if you're not careful, you might obscure what's actually there because you're trying to be hip and trying to add this and that. But it's also good to be simple and play the melody as it is. So if this is tripping you up too much that you're not actually addressing and playing the melody accurately, it's not worth it, okay? So just maybe scale it back as far as your embellishments. Now I'm going to apply those same concepts and devices to the whole kit, and let's see what it sounds like. And you might even hear in the holes me adding something to just kind of keep it bopping. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Ah. So now you can kind of understand how I'm able to retain the sound of the melody and retain the accuracy of the melody while adding to it and making sure I'm giving it some personality. So now we're going to put it in our time playing. This is so important. All right, so have you detected what I am doing to make it sound hip? So essentially what I'm doing is focusing on the natural accents that occur in a melody, and in this case in Anthropology. And I'll show you what I mean, and I think you'll be surprised at how natural these accents feel, so much so that you're going to naturally hear them and maybe clap. So I'm going to sing it, I'm going to play it, and I want you to clap where you feel like there might be an accent, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Do this little Were you with me? Okay, so there's those accents feel very natural. So I'm basically trying to outline the melody with these natural accents, okay? And that's why you can play it fast. You can play it pretty fast because I'm not trying to catch all the notes. So this is a very important thing to practice. And on the hi-hats, I'm just playing quarter notes until I want to accent something. Then I'm going to catch that. So for the most part, I'm just playing quarter notes. Or catching the bass drum. Or a combination of both, which is more natural. I messed up. You see what I'm doing? So I want to make sure that you can do that with all melodies, especially bebop heads, because it's really notey, and if we get caught up in the notes, then we're going to miss out on really being able to support the melody playing time. Now we're going to play same thing, half open hi-hat, but with more of a traditional timekeeping component in our right hand. So we're going to be playing the ride cymbal beat, okay? So I also want you to do this. So I'm focusing on all the accents. And you come in on the bass drum. So this is more of a traditional timekeeping approach to playing your right hand, which you can also apply. You can apply all these to the ride cymbal as well. We'll get there. But this is also very, very, very important to be able to do. What does it sound like on the ride cymbal, you ask? I'm glad you asked. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. In the bass drum. Both. Right? So, and each time maybe you choose to catch a different accent. So even though I'm playing it a certain way, you might catch some of the melody notes and accents and phrases slightly different, and that's totally fine. That's natural. Okay? And then the first way that I showed you with the half open hi-hat, just catching the accents with quarter notes in between. Let's try that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is very, 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 very important to be able to do. All right, so that is today's lesson on how to play bebop melodies, how to sing them, how to orchestrate them around the kit, and how to play time behind them. Because they're so notey, we got to know how to negotiate and make it sound good, support it, while also dancing and tapping into the playful nature of all these great melodies. So I encourage you to learn some bebop heads, first of all, and be able to sing them, practice singing them along with the recordings, and then go through this whole routine. And I think you'll be really happy you did, and it's going to get you at a kind of higher level of understanding of how to orchestrate, but also what I'm going to go over in another lesson, how to solo in this style using the melody that's been given to you. So, all right. So that's the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. You know what to do. Until the next time, I want you to practice hard, but practice smart, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.